Hello, my name is Laura Brubaker. Our project was the club manager. We're group 33 for ECE 373, and we're going to be showing our club manager GUI. This is our UML in the background here, so I'm just going to start out the driver if it will let me. Okay. So our GUI has a really small form factor just because it's meant to be viewed in addition to the actual web pages of whatever university clubs you'd be looking at. So I'm just going to go through all the functionality here. So let's say we don't have an account yet. We're going to sign up. Let's create whatever username we want, a display name. We can do a password. So we've signed up, and that means that we have been added to the list of users in the application. So if I log in, I can log in using what I've just created in a login. It'll say, hey, welcome. We can say view clubs, but it'll say, hey, you're not in any clubs yet, so we can do that. Or so that means that I can join a club or create a club. So first I'm going to create a club, and all you need for this is a club name and a description. Let's do the programming club. And this is, we'll have the description is get good. Alright, so now that club exists, and when you create a club, the user is automatically made the president of that club. So now when we go to view clubs, we can see, oh, we're in the programming club, and when you view the club page, we can see this, it's the programming club, or description is get good, and right now we don't have any events, but the president has the power to add an event, so let's add an event here, and so we'll have the event name, let's say it's a hackathon, and then we'll have an event place, and you aren't able to add, or well, let's show that first. You aren't able to add a place that doesn't exist. So if I say imaginary, which is not a place that exists, it will not let me add it, and it'll just pop up with that. So if I want to say there's a place, let's say ECE room 105, which is a place that exists, we'll say it starts at 10 a.m., ends at 12 p.m., and the date, which is just a string, let's say it's today. Let's say I've not given anyone really any notice for this. And we also have some error checking, so it won't let me add this event if there's already another event in the same room at the same time overlapping. So now we'll see that. We'll see now we have this hackathon event. We can also I think I'll demonstrate some of the other things in this later, but this is the president's GUI for now. So let's say I want to log out of that and I want to run it with an existing account. So this is something that we've already created in the driver. This is our groupmate Leah's account, and so we can see that she's already in these certain clubs. And she's actually the president of IEEE, which already has some events and some other things in there. So she has the option to print all users. Right, so here we go. So you can see we have these different users and these different officers, and that's everyone that's in the club. You'll see that even the people who are officers and the president are printed as users there. Just make sure. All right, so let's say we want to add an officer. So you can't add someone who isn't in the club. So if we try to say a user that doesn't exist or isn't in the club, it'll say you can't do that. But if we try to add this user, then they'll be added as a user. And when we print all users, we can see that Laura appears as an officer now. So then what we can do is we can also edit events. And so we do that from here. So if I want to do edit event schedule, edit the event schedule of the officer meeting. Let's say I want to make that the same time as before. I believe is it in, yeah, so it's in that room. So if I try to make it the same as that, it will do that. So and now if we close this, we can see that has been changed from 12 to, oh right, because the information wasn't saved as Jenny with that event. So let's see if I try to edit this event schedule to be the same, then it will give me an error. So 12/9/2017. Alright, let's see what that does. Yeah, so it wasn't changed. It didn't let me change it. And then we can also remove an event. So select here, I'll say Alright, so if I want to remove an event like this big club meeting, I'll do remove event. We'll click that. So now it has been removed, and we can see here that it's been removed. And then if we view this other club page, now Leah is just a member of this club, so it just has the club title and the description and the option to leave the club. So if I leave the club, I can click that. I can go back to view clubs, and we'll see that I can't actually leave the club. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, well, let's say I want to join a club, though, so I can see the clubs that I'm not in. So let's see if I want to join Baja. I can join Baja, and when I see the clubs here, you can see that I'm in Baja now. And then let's say we also have some other things: edit event place, edit event name, which pretty much all do the same thing as the other edit event schedule that I showed, and then already showed add event. Oh, change president is an important one. Now we didn't want it to be possible for a club not to have a president. So if you're the president, you can't just leave the club. And if you try to leave a club that you're president of, it will prevent you from doing so. So you can only change the president. So you have to enter a new person to be president. So say if we make Zara the president instead, then when we go to view clubs and we go here, we'll see that Leah is just a member of this club now. And so that is everything that you can do with our club manager. So thank you.